All right, appreciate you spending some time with us. There is a lot on your ballot. It is a 4-page ballot that people will be focused on, and there are a lot of very important issues. One of the most passionate issues on the ballot is the abortion rights issue, and Prop 139 is the proposition where you will be voting to enshrine abortion rights, and what many would say it goes too far. It's too vague, and would enshrine that in the Constitution of Arizona. So Prop 139, a very important issue. To get the opposition's point of view, joining us is their communications director, Cindy Dahlgren. Cindy, thanks for doing this.
Yeah, thanks so much, Mike, for talking about it. I'm actually going to be speaking for the campaign, the It Goes Too Far campaign.
Sure.
I just took a little time to work with them during this campaign. And so I just appreciate the time that you are taking to talk about this morning. It's important that voters know exactly what they're voting on. They have a full picture of Prop 139. That's not really what they're getting. So we just want to make things very clear for voters. And the law is settled in Arizona. Abortion is legal up to 15 weeks, beyond that for any medical emergency. And we have these basic safety precautions in place to protect girls and women who get abortions, to protect them from complications such as a perforated uterus or bowel, which can be deadly, sepsis, hemorrhaging, all of that. And Prop 139 actually makes those critical safeguards impossible to enforce. And they do that with the language, the way that they have written this amendment. If you read it, you will see that it states no regulation can infringe on an individual's abortion decision, not even safety standards. And the folks in Michigan and Ohio who passed similar amendments are finding that out now.
What my biggest criticism of this, and I don't like 139 either, is the how vague it is. When it talks about a healthcare professional, it doesn't mention OBGYN or doctor, and that's a very vague statement. When it talks about fetal viability, that is such a vague term, and we all understand in legal jargon and legal words, all of these words have definite meaning, and all of them are necessary, and I think it's way too vague, and I think leaves the door open for abuse of what the intent might be.
And that's exactly right. It is how vague it is written. And again, it's very similar to the two amendments in Michigan and Ohio that did not spell out specifics there either. And now all of those safety precautions are falling. And you're right. So currently under Arizona's 15-week limit, every girl or woman who gets an abortion is guaranteed to see a qualified medical doctor. Now, that doctor has the expertise to detect and then to respond to the complications and medical emergencies that do happen. But Prop 139 takes that right away. It doesn't even use the term doctor or physician in the amendment. And as you stated, instead, it uses the term healthcare professional. And without saying specifically which of the 25 professions listed under healthcare professional under Arizona law, it opens it up to that whole list of 25 because they're being very vague there. And regarding viability that you brought out, the language is very vague, as you said, and it does, in effect, legalize abortion, late-term abortion, beyond the point at which the fetus can survive outside the womb. And they do that using this broad exemption. And it has already been known for decades to rubber stamp late-term abortion for virtually any reason. And if you read the U.S. Supreme Court's opinion in Doe v. Bolton, you will see for yourself just how broad the health exemption is. So it says for the mental or physical health of the woman. Well, that doesn't mean that her health is at risk. It could mean that she is stressed, she has anxiety, or she's changed her mind. The ruling actually states it could be anything that goes to her well-being. That's very, very broad, very vague.
And let me be devil's advocate with you on the other side of this. Proponents of this amendment are critical of the 15-week requirement in Arizona. They also say it doesn't protect against incest or rape. And so they are saying that this is far too limiting and far too restrictive.
Okay. They say a lot of things that are not true. As a matter of fact, they have gone beyond just misleading voters now. Now they are flat out lying to voters. So their latest ad says, and they've also said this publicly, that there is a ban on abortion in Arizona. There is not. Saying 15 weeks is a ban is like saying there's a ban on voting because, you have to be a certain age. That's ridiculous. Abortion is legal up to 15 weeks, beyond that for medical emergencies. They also say that women are in the hospital, suffering miscarriages, and they're not getting treatment for it. That's a flat out lie. Under Arizona law 362151, it specifically protects miscarriage treatment. It protects the doctor, it protects the woman, and even Arizona Attorney General Chris Mays, who has always been in support of abortion. Even she came out and said that that law specifically protects treatment for miscarriages. It protects the doctor and it protects the woman. So she said that back in June, but proponents still came out with this ad 2.5 months later. And then they will not talk about it with voters or with us. They will not debate us. 7 times now, they have refused to engage in a debate on the specifics of this amendment or at the town halls to answer voters' questions. So they put this false information out there, and then they refuse to answer questions on the specifics. They just keep their rhetoric at this general level and never talk about the specifics, but it's the specifics that are very dangerous for girls and women.
If people want to learn more, and I think this is an issue people are going to want to make sure they're educated on before they cast their vote, where can they find more information from your perspective on Prop 139?
Sure. At itgoestoofar.com. It's very comprehensive, and we cite every claim we make. So the information that you get there, we will spell it out for you as to what is in the amendment and what this means. And we will cite every claim that we make. We'll cite the specifics from the amendment, the language there, Arizona law, Supreme Court rulings, studies, even the Guttmacher Institute. So you can see for yourself, and you can be sure that you're getting all the information that you need at that website, itgoestoofar.com.
Cindy, I appreciate the time this morning.
Thank you so much.
All right. Great talking with you. Just be an educated voter. This is why we are doing this, obviously giving both sides of these issues a chance to weigh in.